So I think it's important for people to know, as far as dates and things down the line, how important your energy field is. And I'm going to give you a direct example. So I do readings for people, like tarot cards, oracle cards. My readings are very extensive. My tarot spread is very extensive, right? It's time frames, it's today, it's 3 days from now, 3 weeks from now, you know, a month from now, different things like that. Now, I've been reading for a long time. Here's the thing. God told me one time, this is back when I was like starting, and he said, I want you to read. I was reading for myself at that moment, and I was shuffling, and God said, I want you to read from this yucky mood that you're in, this cranky, crappy mood that you're in. Do your full spread. Then I want you to time out and go outside for an hour and go refill, go play, let your field expand outside in nature, you know, go get a cup of coffee, go get a snack, go, you know, refill, show up for yourself. So I used to kick a soccer ball around, and I would go to this park that I had really, really blessed over a long period of time, meditations and all different, you know, a lot of energy work. So I used to go there. This is many years ago. And I would go and kick a soccer ball around, and with, like, you know, headphones, and it was great because I could kind of like imagine whatever was the ball, and then I would kick it up, you know, higher than the trees. You could pummel that shit because it would just I would blast out negative energy, right? So I'm like, let me do a venting thing, let me do a nourishing thing, let me do a moving the energy around thing, you know, like I'm stretching, you know, releasing blocks or stuck energy, whatever. Anyway, so I go and do all this stuff, did a meditation, did a night, you know, like appreciation, you know, type meditation, all this stuff. Made sure I was good to go. Came back and did another reading for myself. God's like, okay, do this one now. Shuffled the cards, whole path changed. This is why I chant about manifesting too. You have to work the energy. This is what I call working the energy. I also did this lots of times when I was trying to manifest something. And if I was in a cranky, yucky mood, then I would go do things like this, amp up, blast out the blocks. Then you come from a place of like, Shazam. You're making things happen very quickly when you move the yucky energy out. So you can apply this to whatever area of your life, things you're trying to bring in, things you're trying to make happen, readings you're doing. Just know that if you're doing it from a yucky place, it's going to show a yucky path. Because the first reading I did, I don't know, those of you that know about tarot, the yucky mood, it was all swords and negative, you know, like all kinds of reverse shit, and, which is, you know, blocks, and, you know, like, oh my God. And then God's like, okay, time out, go. And then I came back, and sunshine and rainbows. I'm like, whoa, whoa. This was 2 hours later. Changed my whole future. Now you do that consistently with your energy field. Guess what it does? You do that shit every day. Every day you're coming from a high vibration. You change your energy field, okay? So, and a day leads into, you know, just for today, leads into a lifetime of high energy field, high vibration, good experiences, all that. That's why it's very important to do maintenance every day. Don't wait till you're too low. Don't wait till you're too this, too that, you know, and then it's hard to get up because your energy. And if you lay down, the more you lay down, the more you're going to want to lay down. The more you sleep, the more you're going to want to sleep, okay? The reverse is true. The more you move around, the more you're going to want to move around, the easier it's going to be. The more you work out, the more you want to work out, the easier it is to get up. I'm talking about getting up from, like, you know, stationary, stagnant place. The more stagnant you are, the worse it is, harder it is to get up and get your energy moving, okay? It's physics. So the more you move, the more you're going to want to. It's just like drinking water. It's just like vegetables or healthy organic diet or Mediterranean, whatever you do. The more you eat junk food, the more junk food you want. The more you drink water, your body starts to crave water. Whether you like the taste of it or not, it's going to crave it. Just like I said, working out. The more you eat healthy food, the more your body craves healthy food. It doesn't want junk food. It's you making decisions knowing that your body is going to catch up and going to crave these good things. No matter what it is, whatever you consistently do, your body's going to crave it. That's like the more you sage your space and operate from a place of good energy where you're cleaning out consistently, daily, you're doing things to clean negative energy out, and you're cleaning or doing your laundry or, you know, things like that to support yourself, show up for yourself, the more you're going to want to do this. because you're going to see how good this feels. And then you start operating at a totally different level, and that's life-changing. So it starts with, you could take 3 minutes and change your energy field. Now, with predictions, we stopped being able to predict things a long time ago in, people's paths and things like that. The reason is people started this massive shift in creating. I remember when it changed, and it was like, I used to be able to predict 2 years down the road for clients and things, and these things would happen 2 years later. It would, or like the path leading up to the 2 years. I remember when it shifted, and I remember all the messages, and I remember all the readers, and I remember we were all, mediums and everything, and we were like, whoa, we're going through a pretty cool shift here. People are choosing their timelines, they're choosing. Plus, we all elevated, like the earth elevated, everything amped up. The thing to understand with your future or timelines, things like that, is that you're choosing it, what timeline you want. I can read the timeline, but like people started to say, well, what's going to happen? And I would say, well, you tell me. After the energy switched, you tell me what you want to happen, because if you change your state, you change your life. But not only that, I can read the timeline you're on, what's going to happen on that. That's what readers do. They read the timeline you're on. That's why sometimes things don't happen, or they shift, or whatever, because everything around us is shifting. But also internally, they're making different decisions. I want to do what resonates, what feels good to me. Not only that, people started to realize, it started to really hit them that they were not a victim to their circumstances. What do you mean I can choose? What do you mean I can decide how my future is going to go? Yeah, there are markers you have to hit for certain things, but in between, you can do lots of things. You can do lots of, bring in lots of wonderful things for yourself, lots of, manifest wonderful things, which you really should always aim for your highest timeline, your highest possible timeline. And that includes what you love, who you love, things like that, right? People started to come into their power, and then I stopped seeing 2 years down the line. I would see a month down the line. I would see maybe 6 months down the line, but tomorrow could change for them, because the more they come into their power, the more they can decide and choose what they want. They change their whole path, and you want them to. So I would have people, we're all about alchemy. If somebody comes with trauma or whatever, I talk about that trauma. I go there. I go to a lot of places that nobody will go. I think that's why I'm very direct, but with love. But I go to a lot of, if there's an elephant in the room, we're going there, okay? And it may not be anything someone knows about that is there, that's stuck in their energy field. But I think that's why a lot of, like, counselors and therapists, I have them for clients, and I have their clients for clients. I'm going to go to these places that might be more awkward for other people to go to alchemize it. Like, let's go there. Let's go all the way there. And people are like, okay. But it's to alchemize and move the energy and release it, right? And then they feel amazing afterwards. It's like, holy shit, what just happened? They're moving the energy. Sometimes other people have to see it. It's hard to see. You're not as objective when it's you, right? But this is how powerful everybody is. You can decide. So if November 29th, today, you don't want to experience whatever, you're going to choose not to experience it, and nothing on that date will happen other than the regular everyday stuff, because that's the timeline you chose. That's how that works. So people are like, oh, dates come and go. On your timeline, they do. There may be all kinds of shit on lower timelines that has gone on that you're not going to experience, because that's not what you want to experience. That's not what you choose. So understand how this works. It's life-changing. I'll leave you with that.